How's it going, ladies and gents? Reverend Saint back again with another video for you guys. Today, what we're going to be talking about is the Xbox Project Scorpio, alright? Because there's a lot of misinformation being spread by not just like big people in the community, but big content creators, big streamers, and it's kind of getting on my nerves a little bit, alright? It's mainly due to price point. It's really discouraging people from the idea of buying this console next year because it's going to be so expensive. That's not the case, and I'm going to tell you guys why, based on the basically just where the technology community, technology pricing and market is at right now. I'll tell you guys exactly my thoughts on this and tell you guys what I think is going to be priced. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please leave a like and a comment down below and share it with your friends. So let's hop into it, shall we? Let me give you guys some statistics, all right? The Project Scorpio, this is confirmed. They confirmed this at E3 yesterday, all right? It's going to have around 6 teraflops of shader output. Just the total compute power is going to be about 6 teraflops. To give you guys perspective, that is on par with a GTX Titan X or a GTX 980 Ti. It's right around that area of compute power. That is insane. Those cards are around $600–700, $1,000 for the Titan X. Now, obviously, the new 1080 is more powerful than both of them and cheaper than the Titan X, but still, 6 teraflops on a console is by far the most powerful console that is going to be ever released at that point in time, all right? That is absolutely insane. Also, it's going to have 320 gigabytes a second of system memory bandwidth. That is crazy. That is high-end GPU quality speed of memory bandwidth. To put it into perspective, all of these statistics that we know so far, the Xbox One had 1.23 teraflops of total compute power, all right? Or they said it was around 4, but when you do tests, it's about 1.23, I guess. And some people get some results, some people get other results. And only about 68.3 gigabytes a second of system memory bandwidth. That is an insane upgrade on all of those fronts. We don't know what the rest of the stats are. We don't know how many cores it's going to have. We don't know the frequency of the processor. We just don't know right now. We don't know what kind of CPU it has. We're just not sure, but nonetheless, we know it's going to be made by AMD because that's mainly what the consoles use right now nowadays. And so AMD is usually cheaper than NVIDIA, so you can't really use the NVIDIA pricing of desktop gaming cards as a price point. So you got to go with AMD cards. Well, let me just tell you this. AMD just recently announced their new Polaris architecture. They announced a new card with it called the AMD RX 480. All right, and it's got about 5.5 teraflops of power. Total compute power, right? And usually in game consoles, what they do is they kind of tweak these GPUs in order to work better in their console because it's specifically for gaming, not just being a computer, you know? So it's usually a little bit better. But the price of that card is $200. People keep saying that since it's going to be 6 teraflops, it's going to have the ability to render in 4K, which at that amount of power, it will. I mean, the Titan X can render in 4K. You can play games in 4K, 30 frames per second easily enough, all right? So there's just that little tidbit for you. But that's $1,000, right? You can't really do that on a budget pricing point at this current time. But with this new card and this new architecture that's most likely going to be used in this console, well, this 5.5 teraflop Radeon RX 480 is $200, not $1,000. Okay, it's almost as powerful as the 980 Ti or the Titan X. It's almost there as total compute power, the teraflops and whatever. If you guys don't know what that is, just Google it, all right? It'll help explain it a lot. I'm not here to go and give you guys an entire lesson on it, but nonetheless, that's not $1,000. I would put money on the fact that it's probably going to be sub $600, and maybe even they're shooting for the $400 price point again. That would be ideal as far as marketing, as far as consumers wanting to buy it. I think that's what they're going to do. It's going to be $600 at most, in my personal opinion, just looking at this card. It's $200. It was just announced, this new architecture. It's almost as powerful as they say as the Scorpio is. Obviously, the Scorpio is going to have the newest stuff in it that it can, because the Xbox One did not do that, and that's where they fell short. So, there you go. I mean, it's right there. If you guys pay attention to the news and technology and gaming technology from NVIDIA and AMD, even the GTX 1070, which is about 6.5 teraflops of total compute power, is like $380. It's still not even close to having to be $1,000, because I mean, the rest of the console, it cannot be more expensive than the GPU. The GPU is usually the most expensive component in a console, in a PC, aside from the CPU and stuff like that. So it's gotta be. That's got to be it. It's not going to be $1,000. But this is, of course, this is just me speculating. But I want to give you guys, you console fans, hope, all right? Everyone's saying, I'm more of a PC guy. I would prefer to play it on PC due to the fact that I want 60 frames per second. But that's the thing, though. This thing's going to be able to do that in 1080 easily enough and have better textures than any other console at the time. And it's a very good middle ground, and it's still going to be cheaper than building a PC of equal power. It's still going to turn out to be cheaper, because otherwise, what's the point? They're going to ask the same question. Why would people buy this instead of just a PC? They're marketers. They do this for a living. They understand it. It's not going to be $1,000. I honestly, $600 is probably generous, but that is my prediction. Sub $600. So do not freak out, Xbox fans. You might have your dream console next year. No news on the PS Neo. Obviously, they said that it's not going to be at E3, which I thought was going to be a big bummer, but it wasn't. They brought it, man. We're going to get into those press conferences a little bit later today. Or tomorrow. So I hope to see you guys there. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. Don't forget to share with your friends and hit that subscribe button if you have not. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for yet another video. Peace.